Hey guys, welcome back to another Dirty Services video. In today's video we're going to be working on resurfacing this driveway, and it's definitely going to be an interesting one. Just for perspective, that's how deep some of this water is, and these holes are gnarly. We did have a little bit of rain this morning. Most of it came through last night, but the plan is we're going to bring in, I believe, 6 loads of 53s to basically cover from the road up to where we're about to take the equipment. We're gonna, before we bring stone in, what we're gonna do today is try to knock down the high spots, flatten it off a little bit with the material that's here. We want to try to eat the bottom of the holes up a little bit, so that way they're opened up and not just sealed off, because otherwise as soon as we put stone in them, it's not gonna bond together. So we want to rip the bottoms open and flatten it off enough that when I bring stone in the morning, hopefully we can tailgate spread some of it and work on starting building this driveway up. I think it's gonna be a cool video. Hope you guys enjoy it, and stay tuned to see what happens. So I appreciate you guys watching this video. I think it turned out really well. I think it looks way better than it did, will this be 48 hours ago? Well, first things first, we're jumping job to job. Gotta get some fuel in them, and somebody forgot to put fuel in the tank. So we're gonna suck out what we can. And I know this one's not gonna use very much, but this machine's probably gonna burn through it pretty quick on this job. So, try to get it as full as I can. Probably have the triaxle here pretty well until we're done bringing stone every trip. So we're gonna get what we can in, see if we can get it greased up, and we'll get to work. Alright, so all I'm trying to do here with the machine right now is just kind of score all this up, break up the top couple inches, make it a little easier for that rake. Now unfortunately we're going to be mixing a lot of water into the driveway, which isn't good for it, but with how deep this is, there's really not a whole lot we can do to fix that. Steve's gonna get the skid steer greased up and then put the rake on it and start following alongside me. He'll be working between me and the truck, grading this off. Get it leveled, trying to at least. Alright, you can get a little bit of a gist of what I'm trying to do. Basically just break up the top couple inches, give a little bit of material for Steve to work around. And we're not trying to fill in anything with what we have here. We're just trying to level it off enough that basically the subgrade to the new stone is not wavy and not uneven. We want to put an even layer on top of an even layer. So we're just taking what's here, level it off, even it out. It makes it easier to spread the new stone, and it also just gives you a better product. Yeah, I mean, it's the right way to do it. So we got a little bit of a culvert here. I'm gonna try to pop that open right there without, hopefully, without damaging it, and maybe get some of this drained out. I was trying to bail some of the water out back there, but my gosh, there's just so much, and it's only like 4 inches thick. So I feel like it'd be a lot of time to get that water bailed out. But I'm gonna do what I can, keep on moving. Now they're nice now. See if we can somehow pull back to that. No, did you see my message on your phone?
I didn't get it. It just came through. Yeah, probably 3.
Okay.
But I don't feel like I'm doing anything useful.
It's good practice for you.
Huh?
It's the perfect place for you to practice because you can't make it worse.
It's like I almost need like you in my ear telling me what I'm doing wrong.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
It's like I feel like I'm just not doing
So
shit.
if you want any insight or any helpful tips, one of them is going to be when you're going backwards, I lift the heel off, dig the front end so that way I can see what I'm doing,
right.
And I'm watching it and just keep glancing at my mirror to make sure I'm not drifting off the road. Second one, when you're going forward, put it down flat, put the heel in, and as you start building material, lift the heel up and put the toe in and try to fill up the front 2 or 3 rows and just push along with that. And you should get to where you're moving just fast enough you can feel when the machine's moving and compensate for it. It's the seat of your pants feel, is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Like you got to be going fast enough that you can kind of feel that and feel the movements. And after you make a pass and do it 2 or 3 times, you'll feel the spots and you'll be anticipating getting to them to make your adjustments.
Well,
But I mean, this is also soupy. There's not that much you can do.
gonna say, I was kind of like, if I'm evening it out, should I be getting rid of all these puddles and these ponds, you know? Because
I mean, you can't get rid of them.
Right.
We're just trying to break over the edges, so that way it's easier to fill them in. And everything bonds together better.
Well, then I guess I'll kind of keep messing with it. And see what
I think my first load tomorrow, I'm gonna bring 2s to try to fill in these holes. And then we'll flatten that off, or you can flatten that off while I go get more stone, and then start building it up with 53s. I don't want to dump 53s in these holes and then it soak up all the water, and we have the issue we had over at Appaloosa where it's pumping the whole time.
Yeah, 'cause this is a lot of water.
Yeah, and they've got a fiber line that runs along this side of the driveway somewhere. I called 811 Thursday at 7:30, and they said their 2-day response time puts it to starting on Wednesday.
You called when?
Thursday, 7:30. You would know their logic.
Juneteenth is a holiday.
Juneteenth, Friday's a holiday.
Right.
They didn't count Thursday because I called it 7:35 and it has to be in by 7:30, I guess. I don't know.
What was that, PM?
No, AM. 7:30 in the morning.
Wow.
Yeah, and then so that basically gives them Monday and Tuesday. Remember that job I did down in Martinsville without you, where I took the fence out, cleared out a bunch of stuff?
Yeah, yeah.
It's not Center Point. On the spot, spent 5 weeks. I mean, they just literally end of last week finally cleared the ticket out, but they kept delaying it, and they never once called me. But every time they'd put contacted customer, rescheduled, start, dig date.
Right.
You can't just do that.
Yeah, that's...
I wanted to say, like, guys, I finished this 5 weeks ago.
Right, but
Like,
you don't necessarily want to say that.
yeah. Alright guys, well, we've got it basically ripped up the whole way. I'm going to track back to the truck's way over there. Steve's there. His car's out there at the road. I'm going to track back, get around him, get this off to the side, pull the truck and trailer up a bit, and get this loaded. Shouldn't need this anymore. I just wanted to kind of rip it open with the excavator, because it's going to be a lot less destructive on this than it would be if I did all of this ripping with the skid steer and the rake. So yeah, should be able to get this machine out of here, and then tomorrow we'll be back with first load's going to be some 2s, and then we'll start building it up with 53s. Get a good base in all of these holes with the 2s, that way they don't turn to soup. But yeah, I'm gonna take over from Steve. He's going to get out of here. I'm going to rake it up a little bit, and then I'll be out of here. And we'll... Whew, that's flowing some good water. That's the only place that's actually able to get rid of water. There's a fiber line that runs along my right side of this driveway, which would be the south side of the driveway. And, of course, nobody marks it. They don't want to mark it. We've been having issues with locators all year. The private locator... Apex private locating, excellent job, can't recommend him enough. But stuff like this, I shouldn't have to pay a private locator to mark a line that 811 should mark. Whatever, nevertheless, we're gonna stay off of the yard, just keep it in the driveway, keep it up tight in this area here. I'd like to cut a couple drains over there, but I don't know exactly how far they own. I don't imagine it's much past the utility line, so I don't want to be making any farmers upset about letting stone run off over there. And obviously there's a ditch along this side, but it doesn't go anywhere. And there's a fiber line somewhere. So we're gonna do what we can, just build the whole road up, get a nice crown on it, and I think they'll have a lot better of a product. All right, that's what we look like. Got the excavator loaded up. Heading back to the shop. We got a fair amount of the water out. Still quite a bit of water in it, but we got a lot of rock brought back up to the surface. And we'll be ready to get going on it tomorrow. We're gonna be getting dirty. All right, new day. Got a load of 2s. So Steve, basically the holes, we're trying to just fill them in. And while I'm gone getting the next load's gonna be 53s. Hoping Steve, hopefully, is gonna be able to kind of just flatten off the 2s. We're not really looking to grade them in perfect, just make sure that we have a solid bottom in all these holes, and hopefully flatten it off just enough that the 53s can be tailgate spread, which I think is basically the start in front of the truck, basically just all the holes. I think everything else is good enough. We can tailgate spread right on top of it. I'm gonna try to tailgate these 2s. Steve's gonna tell me how good or bad I'm doing with the radios. I'm gonna guess it's gonna be bad. I don't think I've ever tailgate spread 2s before, but do what I can, see how it goes.
I said that's difficult for me in my old age. Seems to be coming out pretty heavy. Yeah, it's coming out pretty heavy. Yeah. He didn't need my help at all. Pretty heavy.
I tried to speed up, but it's kind of hard to take off too fast with how level it is.
Yeah, I tried to, I don't know if you heard me or not, but as soon as you started up, and I was like, oh, it's kind of heavy.
Yeah, well, I sped up. I was hoping that would help.
Still got some holes down there.
Well, I
just have to come push it.
I think from the start, I mean, basically, if you just get 5 or 6 bucketful, so like a lot of this can be pushed back to that hole.
Right.
And as you're pushing that stuff this way, take 5 or 6 scoops to fill that in. And I think we'll be good.
Yeah.
I think it went better than it could have gone. Could have gone a lot better.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
My only concern was right there at the beginning.
Yeah.
It was kind of heavy.
And spread out wide.
Yeah, spread out a little wide. But
well, so what you probably need to do is in that area, scrape up what you can, relocate it out there, and then go to, you know, if you've got a row on each side, go to the middle and just turn slowly, and then backtrack back off of it, and scoop that up, move it in, and then it's that way, because otherwise if you've got a bunch of loose stuff, you pull over and you turn, you're gonna just push a bunch of it out to the yard.
Right.
So scrape it down, get it to where it's at the level of the yard or below, and then go on top of it, try to stay in the road when you turn, keep your tracks in the road. Your bucket will be, you know, a foot or two past where you need to backtrack, back up, grab it, and when you back up, you'll end up in the yard a little, but you'll be going straight into the yard, not turning and pushing the two.
Right. So what, you just back drag and then pull forward, turn back and push.
So then once you pull forward, you're pulling up on a ridge.
Right.
When you turn, it's going to get a bunch of it in the tracks and shit, but you can't really avoid it. That's just the best way.
Right. All right.
It's on.
Hands on what, Steve? Because I'm not putting my
Wouldn't you
hands
like
on
to
you like
know?
that.
Need some hands-on training. Messing stuff up and then it's not enough.
Steve, what have you been doing for the last 2 hours?
Not much.
Oh, Steve.
Tried, and then I'm creating ridges on the sides, which I don't like, and then I've tried to get in the middle and hold them back, and then I just mess up the middle and then create ruts where the tracks are, and I just keep messing it up.
All right, well, Steve, I don't drink beer, so hold my camera. Watch this.
I was gonna say, I'm sure you'll do it in about, oh, wrong way. Do it in about 2 seconds. I got no skill. Just mess everything up, and this guy has to come behind me and fix it.
Steve, how did I do?
I mean,
What would you rate it?
it's okay.
1 to 9?
On a
maybe
1 to
a
9 scale, maybe a 4. But,
4.
you know,
Oh, jeez. What about a 1 to 10? Did I get 4.5?
Probably like a 9.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, the
Well.
scale really matters.
Yeah. Yeah, there's still a lot of water puddles. Issue I was having, you were probably having the same problem, is once you fill a water puddle with stone, the water is still going to the next low spot, so you're kind of chasing it the whole time.
Yeah.
I wish we had a couple more, I don't know, maybe 5 or 8 ton through here. But we've got it should be a solid base once it dries out. I think we're ready to start spreading some 53s. I think we're gonna start at the road, spread in. Yeah, I think that's what'll be best. We need to tighten the chains down, and hopefully they don't come out as thick.
Hopefully.
You got a little bit more room, but I know you're pretty much that one. It's gonna put a big pile out of it. Then. Alright, I'll take it right there. Back up. That right here. It got caught up and then it didn't.
That's not high enough, or the chain's too tight.
I think it got caught up in there and was bunched up, and then a second later it.
They are.
Right there. I think you did pretty good. So how do you think you did?
I don't know. I haven't thought. How did I do?
I think you did pretty good, man. There's a couple low spots where the water's starting to come through right underneath you right there,
Yeah.
but other than that, I think it looks pretty good.
Well, I think my suggestion would be, while I'm gone, switch back to the bucket and back drag it. So when you do that, set your bucket down flat, heel of the bucket, edge of the bucket, both touching the ground. Lift it up ever so slightly, and then roll the bucket out a little, so that way your edge is grabbing. And as you start going backwards, just for the beginning, watch in front of the bucket, check your mirror and make sure you're in the center of the driveway. And then just look to the front edge, make sure that you're not creating a divot. What
Right.
you want to do is build out a little bit. Once you got a little bit under it, you can put just a little more pressure to help kind of roll that. Back drag it a couple times to flatten it off. Just kind of knock the high spots clean. Just flatten that off a little bit. Don't touch the 2s, only touch the 53s. And then roll it. And roll the crap out of it. Put it in that speed, half speed. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Optimistic.
Yeah.
Just go at half speed, just kind of creep right along real slow. Try to get it back in. Obviously, don't stop with the roller on. And when you get in, release the hydraulics, you got to hit the auxiliary button, turn on the auxiliary hydraulics. Press it once, it's on standard hydraulics. Press it a second time, it's on high flow. You don't want to run that roller on high flow.
Okay.
You just want it one time, should be one green light, and it should say like STD stable.
All right. Yeah, and that's the right
If
trigger.
you ran the roller before, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so right trigger is just
Yeah. It's been a while, but yeah. All right.
I'll be back. But back drag it, just so it looks a little flatter.
Right.
You really don't have to move much material, but you're just trying to grab this and just even it off. Straight lines.
All right. And obviously, you don't want me to compact
You
past.
can compact it, yeah.
Oh, all
Yeah,
the 2s and everything?
Yeah, it's not going to do much, but you can.
All right. We got about a 10-foot section out at the end of the road that didn't get done.
Okay.
But
Well, so the next trip, I'll try and back in and then try to start and cover that. And then let's see, still got 3 more after that. So I'd like to try to get all of this evened out with the first 2.5 or so. So the next one we'll cover the 2s. The third one, we'll try to do some spot coverage where we need it.
right.
And then, if we only use half of it, we'll just tailgate the other half. And then we've got 2 more. Hopefully at that point, we're just tailgating as fast as we can.
Sounds easy enough. That's all.
All right, backing back into the job site. We've got load number 3 for this job in the truck. So first load was 1s, second load was 53s. This third load is 53s as well. So like we're gonna do, so 7 loads total going to the job site. The 1s, and then 5 loads of 53s, and then 1 load of 8s up by the house. Looks like Steve's got everything packed in. Looks pretty good. It's definitely looking better. Definitely a lot to desire still, but we'll get there. Going back past where we started the 1s and trying to cover the area of 1 not covered yet with 53s on this load, and then let Steve get back to what he's doing. And the next one we'll try and start doing some spot work, which is basically try to identify the spots that need it the most and get it to those areas. So, get this spread, see how it goes, and go from there. Sorry, Steve, I couldn't reach my camera. I put it on when the bed was way up in the air, and I didn't think about it. I set the bed back down. What do you think? How's it working so far?
It seems to be fun. There's a couple wet spots that are on this left side that are really kind of sinking down.
Yep.
But, yeah.
So there's the wet spot. I don't know, probably about where that culvert is, this side of the culvert.
Right.
Once I got past there and I started back to where the 53s that were left off, I slowed way down. So it's pretty thick through here. So what you might do is somewhere in here, just get turned around and just kind of, you know, set the heel of your bucket down, put your cutting edge about the height of this to where just a couple rocks are skipping in, and as you hit that, curl in a little as it starts filling up, and just start grabbing some material and carry it to where you need it on your low spots. And then you can use a little bit of that and then basically just back drag the rest. You know, we're trying to get this south side of the road built up to match, and we brought it quite a way so far, but that's just an easy way you can skim some of that material where it's thick.
That's for me, the hard part is trying to get it to a side without having to go like this.
Yeah, so one thing you can do is you're skimming into the pile, you know, build up a bucket full, aim to your right a little bit, dump it, and then back up, scoop on the left side of the road. So basically, when you do it, you're taking the bucket, dumping the bucket over here, and then scoop right here, which will just fill the right side of your bucket up. Drop that material, come back, scoop whatever's left over here, mainly filling this side of the bucket, and then drop that material. And then take your bucket a little past, and then just back drag that material out to get rid of it.
Okay.
It's an easy way to, you know, rob material only on part of your bucket and just dump it on one side. What the heck, Steve? Why didn't you let my bed latch?
I
That's nice. I felt like causing you some trouble.
Yeah, well, I'm glad I caught that. That's better.
Much better.
What thanks Steve? Still wet, nasty.
Yeah.
Not going very good.
It's going. I just.
There is a bit of the pile down at the end. Yeah, I thought I was gonna take off a little easier than it did, and it took a second. So we've got, I think we've got 2 loads of 53s left, right?
Number 5, yeah.
So probably somewhere right in here, I'll start and get 1 load to there. Man, I really wish you had 1 more than that. I'll have to run the numbers tonight because they kind of told me what their budget was. I'll run the numbers and see if we can squeeze another one in, but might not be able to. See what we can do. Man, this is starting to take some shape. It is now, so the first day was only a couple hours here. We were here all day yesterday, so this is now the 3rd day. We've only done maybe 11 hours here so far. Anyways, got a load last night. I had a 12 truck wait in front of me, roughly, and they were running out of material. So long story short, it was wet. I didn't want to spread it. I was getting back at 6 o'clock. I hadn't stopped for anything to eat all day, anything to drink. I was tired, and kids were coming home. I was ready to be done, so I left it in the truck. Well, of course, it was wet, and it stayed in the truck, so it did not spread at all. So, dumped a small pile up by the house to kind of clean that up before I bring in 8s for up there. And I was kind of just cruising along, 2nd gear, nice and slow. A little slower than I normally tailgate. And just start lifting the bed up, trying to get it to break over to kind of drag the pile out a little. No. It broke free, and then the entire thing dumped immediately in one spot. That's how it goes sometimes. So I've got a little bit of a mess to clean up. I've still got, so obviously I gotta work this pile in. I gotta work in around the house. And I've still got 2 more loads left to go. One of those are 53s, one of them will be 8s. So let's see what we can make happen. too bad, but we got a really wet patch right there. And then we've got another wet patch out here, but it's not quite as soupy. I don't know, guys. After today, I'm gonna be gone out of town for 4 days. So I was really hoping to have this done, because I don't want equipment sitting here while I'm gone. I also don't want to have to bring equipment back when I get back, but that might be what I have to do. Hey guys, sorry, battery died as I was leaving to get this load. This is the last load of 53s right here in the truck, and it was a little bit drier. Hopefully they spread all right. From the road to probably about the halfway point, we're looking pretty good. About where that wet area is, they've got a culvert. From there over, it was I don't know, still a bit lower than what I'd like it to be. I want to lift it up a little higher and cover up all the wet stuff, so that way hopefully I can grade it today. But gonna get this hopefully set up in a good spot, tailgate this load, leave to go get the 8s, and then come back and put the 8s on the ground. I'll give that one about a 3. Hopefully the camera caught it. Oh man. We got some chunks in the bed that I gotta get out. Almost forgot about you guys. Wow, that would have been good. Take off down the highway. Man, oh man. I think it went all right. I don't know if you can tell. Right, let's see, where am I at in the camera? Right there to there was the first pass, and then about there to there was the second pass. Second pass ended up coming out all right. I opened the tailgate one link and added some chain and added some speed, and it seemed like it came out all right. It looked like I had a pretty big chunk that clogged up on the first trip, which is why it started only coming out of the passenger side of the bed. Anyways, it all worked out good. I'm happy with it. Going back for some 8s. Alright, so change of plans of what I was gonna do. I was gonna back in up to the garage, tailgate this strip, back up, tailgate that strip. But I'm gonna take that whole branch out if I do that. I can tailgate a little bit, but I need a pile back there. I need a pile here, so I might as well just dump it all here and work it in with the machine. I think it's just gonna be simpler that way. A lot better, more better, or whatever. I don't even know what I'm saying. Not better control over how much stone I put in each spot. I need to get this. Oh. Whew, it didn't change. 1,444.4 hours. Bought this machine at 900, I think. So I put 550 on it. looking pretty good. Looking pretty good. So soft spot right there. Otherwise, The road coming in and out looks really nice. I'm going to run back to the shop, check on Steve, and grab a trailer, grab a rake, pick up a check from a customer on the way back, and then load the equipment out, rake up some of the edges, make it look nice, and then I'll be out of here. So I appreciate you guys watching this video. I think it turned out really well. I think it looks way better than it did, will this be 48 hours ago?